Okay guys, so some of you may know I did turn 27, but I wanted to do a video of things I've learned or things you need to know as you turn 27. Kind of a catchy little idea, what do you think? But I'm not going to waste any time because there are 17 things to get through. So let's go. Okay, when I was younger, nutrition and like health was a little bit out the window, okay? It was not a priority in my life. And I've come to learn that you need to mind your body. You have to give yourself vitamins and nutrients. You gotta move, you gotta exercise, and you gotta moisturize. You just gotta take care of your body inside and out. And minding your body obviously benefits you in the future, but it benefits you in the now as well. So make sure you're getting your nutrients, like proper meals, balanced meals. I was a sucker for having biscuits for breakfast and Pringles for lunch, but it just makes you feel so crap. It's so bad for your mental health as well. Always affected me. I'd be having like a terrible mental health day and he'd be like, did you eat proper food? No. Did you go outside today? No. Did you drink enough water? No. It's like, of course I wasn't going to be doing well mentally. I was literally not taking care of my body at all. So mind your body, mind your body. Okay, you need to know your love language and you need to know the love language of the people that you love. You may have heard about the love languages, you may not have. What the hell is a love language? I will tell you. There are 5 love languages. You can always look up more about this, but there is physical touch, words of affirmation, acts of service, quality time, and gifts. There's a test you can do online. You may know it straight off the bat what's your love language. I think this is so important, not only for like romantic relationships, but also for like friendships, for like family relationships. If a friend is going through a hard time and really struggling, and you know their love language, you'll know how to best show love to them. So if someone's love language is acts of service and all I'm doing is giving them words of affirmation, it doesn't hit home as much or like help them as much as an act of service would. Often the way you show love is the way you want to be given love to. So if you give a lot of affirmation and compliments and like you speak the way how you're feeling about someone, you probably would like that back. So that's a good, quick, easy way to know what your love language is as well, or to try and figure out what someone else's is without making them sit down and take a test. But it's really good in a relationship, in a romantic relationship as well, because myself and my boyfriend have really different love languages, but we know that we'll have to go out of our way to do a different language to show the love we're feeling. Does this make sense? It should. It should if you're turning 27. Definitely look up about it. I can even leave a link in the description to like take a test or whatever, but it is so interesting. And if you're wondering, my main one is quality time, like 100%. And then the other top one that's pretty close is words of affirmation. Just in case you want to just show me love. Okay, next one. Make and keep plans with new people. Making new friends in your late 20s is way harder than you think. When you're younger, making friends is literally just consists of going to school, going to your class, going to a hobby, going to a birthday party. That's how you make friends, that's it. As you're an adult, it's literally going to work. And a lot of people work from home, or sometimes people work for themselves, and it just can be really hard to make friends. So I would say make an effort to message someone that you wouldn't know really well. Set a date to meet them, like go for a little walk with someone, a little coffee, and stick to your plan as well. And make an effort to do that on a regular basis. It's so important, I think, to constantly be making new friends where possible. It's something I really want to implement into my life even more as I get older, because I'd always want to be enriching my life with new friends. Meeting new people and making connections, like it brings such joy to our lives, and we shouldn't have to cut it off just because we're over 25. Your mental health is a priority. It's a priority. At the end of the day, you're all you got. This up here, that's all you got. So you gotta take care of it, because in this day and age, it can slip from under you. Something that thankfully our generation is really good at is talking about our problems and like opening up, going to therapy. It's something that I've always wanted to do. I don't think you need to be in an emergency red zone to be going to therapy. I honestly think every single person could benefit from it. I mean, they could, like when you think about it, you could. And so that brings me on to the sponsor of this video, which is BetterHelp. I was so happy that they reached out to me because I just want to take care of myself mentally. In this day and age, the rates of people being depressed, stressed, anxious, overwhelmed, it's absolutely insane. So like if you're feeling that at all, BetterHelp would be an amazing option for you. If you haven't heard of BetterHelp, BetterHelp, like H-E-L-P, it's a mental health platform that provides online mental health services and therapy for users. They offer licensed therapists who are trained to listen and help you. And it's all at your own convenience too. Like you get to talk to therapists in an online private conversation, and you're getting the help without like having to leave the house either. Like the fact that it's online, I think is just so helpful, and it makes it so accessible for people. And not only like is it just so convenient, but it's also making sure that you're getting the help that you need. Like the expertise that you need might not be in your area. So you need to fill out a questionnaire, pop in like your specific needs. And with BetterHelp, there's a broad range of over 20,000 therapists that can give you access to the specific help you'd need. And then you get matched with a therapist in under 48 hours, which again, is just so amazing, because I know that the waiting list for therapists in my area are absolutely insane right now. And then once you get matched with your therapist, you schedule in your video and your phone sessions. You can also exchange unlimited text messages with your therapist, and it's all absolutely confidential. And something to note as well is you can actually request a new therapist if you want to, free of charge. So I absolutely urge you to join the 2 million plus people who have taken charge of their mental health with an experienced BetterHelp therapist. And as BetterHelp did sponsor this video, you can get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/Stephanie. Take more photos and take more videos. It's probably the one thing on the list that I don't need to remind myself, because I take so many photos and videos, but I urge you to do the same. It doesn't have to be perfect in order to be captured. I think our generation has grown out of needing a picture to be perfect anyways, but even more so, like just take pictures of yourself and your siblings. It doesn't matter. It's just a cute picture. It's a cute memory. And it's always nice to have things to look back on and be like, look at all these beautiful memories I have. And like even me making these YouTube videos, it's so amazing if I wanted to just click on to like a beautiful memory I had in Italy or in California or in Galway or whatever. It's just so nice to have them. I don't want to go onto my camera roll and it's just selfies, or just when there's something spectacular that needs to be captured. I want to see like everything. I kind of want like, it's just nice that we can document our lives through images. It's so amazing, and I think we should do it more and more all the time. You need to know when you're being overstimulated with technology, and you need to know how to live without being overstimulated. When I spend too much time on my phone in the evenings or before I go to bed, overstimulated, like I physically almost cannot put my phone down. I'm breaking the habit. For example, I would have a friend, not gonna name her, but she literally has a screen in front of her face at all times, and possibly 3 screens. How her brain is not scrambled eggs, I just do not know. But even she would say it's a really unhealthy habit. Like when she goes to the shower, there's a podcast on. She's FaceTiming someone at all times. When she's walking, she's listening to something, she's talking to someone, and it's just constant stimulation of the brain, and it's not good for you. And like you can even just read up about all that kind of stuff. And like she's an extreme case, but we all fall victim to it at times. I think it's so important to be able to go for a walk and not bring your phone or not bring headphones or whatever, and just like listen to the world. It sounds stupid when I say it, but it actually is weird. It's so hard to not go on your phone, but it shouldn't be. Next, I would advise you to read before bed. This one is important in 2 different parts. I think one, I don't think a screen should be the last thing you see before you go to bed. It's just not great for your eyes, not great for your head, and not great for your sleep. And secondly, I think you should read in general. You can tell when someone's well read. No shade to people that don't read at the moment, but I just think it's a good habit. It opens up your mind to different worlds. You get POVs from people that you'd never be in their shoes, and you get to learn. It's a really nice ritual to have for yourself too, that you'll even just read 1 line before you go to sleep. You might read the whole chapter, but it's just a nice ritual for yourself. It's like a self-care thing, and it's also like for your brain as well. No joke, it's such a good way to get yourself to fall asleep as well. Like you don't need to read a whole chapter or anything, just like even a few lines can make you tired. Depends on the book. Okay, you're in your late 20s now. You should have a handful of meals that you can cook really well, and cook them really well for a group. I know we all love pesto pasta and we love toast with butter, but it needs to not be scary, the idea of friends coming over and you're cooking for them. I mean, it never happens for me at the moment, but I'm making a conscious effort for it to not be scary if it ever does happen. You need to have more than one meal down as well, because it can't be like, oh, we're going to Stephanie's house for food, we're obviously going to be having lasagna. You need to have like a few meals down. And like, it doesn't have to be a whole cookbook, just like a few meals down, and they're really good. I will say that the thought of cooking Christmas dinner for 5+ people terrifies me, but I'm 27, I'm not 35, so don't need to worry about that one yet. This one may pertain to people that are more creative as opposed to logical. Maybe not, let me know. You need to take time to rest and just ingest media, as opposed to just constantly making it without a break. In my head, what I mean by that advice is like, if you're a painter, take time to sit back and like reassess your process. Or if you make content, like I make content, it's kind of hard in this day and age because everything's so fast paced. Think of TikTok. If a video is 60 seconds long, that is so long. 60 seconds, that is not long. Why do we think it's long? Our brains are so mushy. So for me, I'm like trying to make YouTube videos on a weekly basis, and it's like you get over the hurdle of making one and all of a sudden you're into the next one, and it's like this constant hurdle, and you don't really have time to sit back and be like, do I actually like the way these are made? Do I want to improve in certain ways? It's kind of hard to step up to the next level creatively if you don't take time to rest and reassess and ingest other people's media, and even just ingest the world. Am I sounding like a hippie? I think I am, but I kind of think I make sense as well. I think that would go across the board for anyone doing anything creatively. I don't know if it would work for anyone logical. I'm not the most logical person out there, but I'm talking to my creatives for that one point, okay? Okay, this statement is meant to be very freeing. Everyone is just concerned with themselves. No one really cares about you, but in the nice way. This statement can be used to like free you in many ways, and I often do. Sometimes if I'm like overthinking things, I just say this statement and I'm like, yeah. Because think of that anxiety of going into a gym and you're like, oh my God, I don't want to go into the gym because I don't really know what I'm doing, and I don't want people looking at me, I don't want anyone to look at me, I don't want anyone to laugh at me. Baby girl, no one cares about you. They're all concerned with themselves. They're all looking at their own little form in the mirror. They might look at you for 2 seconds, okay? I do think people will be concerned with you for 2 seconds. They will. Like when I first started putting up YouTube videos, people probably were concerned with me for 2 minutes and like maybe made a little laugh or whatever. But oh my God, as if people sit down at 4 p.m. every evening, let's have a chat about Stephanie and let's all slag her off. Like, that's just not, like, people don't really care about you. And so you might as well do whatever makes you happy. So that's meant to be freeing in the way that like, you should dress the way you want because no one really cares. And like, you care about you. So just do what makes you happy. If you want to do YouTube videos, do them, girly. If you want to wear a bright yellow outfit, do it. Cut your hair, do whatever you want. Because people may talk, but they talk for 2 seconds. Everyone is just concerned with themselves. Don't worry. This is a big one for friendships, any kind of relationship. If you have a problem with someone, go to that person directly and talk about that problem. It is harder than you think, but it's so important. If you have a problem with Mary, and instead of just going up to Mary and being like, it really annoyed me when you did that and it hurt my feelings and I wish you didn't. No, what we usually do is we go over to Joe and we be like, can you believe Mary did that? Can you believe Mary did that? I'm so mad at her. And so now you've got Joe all in the mix when it's not even his problem. You should go straight to the person and sort it out, because otherwise you're getting everybody involved and it's gonna be this big hullabaloo. It may not get resolved then, and that's just so immature. We are in our late 20s, people. We do not do that. And I think often we fall into the trap, me included, of being like, oh, well, I need to get advice on how to address this person, so I'm just gonna ask Joe about how I should address Mary about this problem. But really you're just using it as an excuse to gossip and give out about Mary and get everyone involved again, you know? Now, I'm not saying you can't get advice ever, but just if you have a problem, go to the person. I stand by that statement. I think it's really good, and I really need to stitch it on a pillow for myself to see as well. Okay, another freeing statement we have, another freeing advice statement is nothing lasts forever. It is meant to be freeing in the sense that if you're having a terrible time, nothing lasts forever. It will get better. There will be good days. You'll be able to have fun again. You'll be with your friends again. You'll be on holidays again. Like, good times are coming. All hard times come to an end. But obviously, at the same time, good times come to an end as well. But again, we can see that as a freeing situation because enjoy it while it's here. Myself and my boyfriend moved to Mexico at the start of the year, and we probably didn't enjoy it as much as we should have because we thought we were going to be there long term. So just put yourself in our situation, right? You think you're going to live in Mexico for a year. So you kind of chill, like you don't do all the fun stuff. You're not enjoying it to the max because you're like, okay, well, I'm going to pace out all the fun stuff, right? Makes sense. But then we actually left after like 5-6 weeks. And so there was loads of stuff we didn't do. And I have regrets because I know I didn't enjoy it to full extent that I could have. So it's something I definitely learned this year is nothing lasts forever. So enjoy it while it's there. And if you're not enjoying it right now, don't worry, nothing lasts forever and good times are coming again. This is a pet peeve of mine. This is a pet peeve of mine. Do not scroll your phone at the table. If you're at the dinner table, if you're at the breakfast table, if you're out for food, don't be scrolling on your phone. If a work email comes in, okay. If a message comes in from someone that you need to answer, okay. But you do not need to be scrolling your phone. You do not need to be scrolling your phone when you're in someone else's company. And furthermore, if you're spending time with someone, like for a short period of time, you shouldn't be going on your phone. Unless again, it's for like work or an emergency. Can you tell? My love language is quality time. Can you tell? If you're going for a weekend away and you're gone for 3 days with someone, obviously you're going to have time to go on your phone. But if you're meeting someone for 2 hours, why are you scrolling your phone for? You can do that in 2 hours. Give the person your time. Give them your quality time. Travel. Travel as much as you can. And as much as you want to. Some people don't want to travel, so that's fine. But my advice is you should. It's such an amazing way to learn about yourself. Such an amazing way to learn about the world, different cultures, different ways of thinking. It betters yourself, it can better the people around you. And it's so fun experiences. I mean, if you can travel, why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? I would rather save my money and maybe not go on a night out and travel instead. Like I don't mean travel as in like pick up a backpack and disappear for 3 months. Like go to London for the weekend, go to Paris for the weekend. Try the grad visa to America. If it doesn't work out, you can come home, it's fine. But I think you should do the things that like life is offering. Like it's so hard to get an American visa, but after college, they're like, take a grad visa, go for it. Like, why not? But I would say prioritize travel over like drinking. Okay, be up to date. You may be past your mid-20s, but you're not 80, okay? There's new apps coming out, there's new technology, there's new music. Just keep up. Keep up. I know there's different personality types and whatever, but I really just think people should keep up to date. Okay, you don't need to download TikTok, but you need to know what's going on. You need to know what's going on in pop culture. You need to know what's going on with the political and economic state of the world.
Can we talk about like the political and economic state of the world right now?
It's not cute to not know what's going on in the world. Like serious things and non-serious things as well. Like just keep up. Come on, like let's not act like we're senile. Stop and look at the beautiful little things in the world. You can go on a walk and just like look straight ahead of you the whole time, but I just think you should try this exercise of like looking around and stopping to look at the little details. Like it's so stupid, but it's so lovely. I have gotten really good at this and I find it's really good for like my mental health and like it centers me, or what's the word? It grounds me? Is that the word? But just brings such an appreciation for the little things. Even just sit outside the back of your house and just like look around at all the little details of the world. Like it's just such a beautiful world we live in. Okay, so those are all the things that I learned and you need to know before you turn 27. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little different, and thank you so much to BetterHelp for sponsoring. So grateful and so happy to have BetterHelp as my first sponsor for a video.